to me, everything changes when you stop blaming others and you start taking responsibility. And I know that's true for your clients. I know that's true, you know, whether you win or lose, it was me. You know, it's on me. So what are your thoughts on when you hear your clients come in or you hear people come in and they just start blaming everybody, but they never look in the mirror?
You've got to take ownership of your own life, and we see this in politics now. Let's blame Trump, let's blame Schumer, let's blame someone else. If we're broke, let's blame the government. Stop blaming everyone else, start looking in the mirror. So when clients start blaming everyone else but looking in the mirror and say, how do we fix this? They're probably not the right client, or I need to refocus them, Greg. Because again, I believe in self-empowerment. I believe in taking ownership of your own life and ownership of your own decisions. Because at the end of the day, when everything else fades away, you are the one that's in control of your own life. And so if they come in and it's the command's fault, or it's the prosecutor's fault, or it's her fault, or whatever's fault it is, I say stop. I say stop. And I just physically tell them to stop. I say none of that matters. None of that matters right now, because if you get convicted, no one gives a rip whose fault it was.
Right.
No one cares.
Because you're the one getting locked up.
Yeah. If you go through let's say you go through a divorce, no one cared your kids don't care whose fault that was when their lives get split apart.
Yeah.
If you have to declare bankruptcy because you were so, because of whatever issues, no one cares whose fault it was. What they care about is who took responsibility for it. So the first step is to say, let's just stop and pause. That may be true, it may not be true, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about what we can do now to start changing that. Because winning solves everything, Greg. It may be their fault, it may be the next guy's fault, but if we go through the process and we're intentional about our actions, we have intensity with our actions, and we do all of this with integrity, those 3 I's I preach all the time, and you come out the other side of a court martial and win, it doesn't matter whose fault it was, you've just moved on to the next phase. Because the person who's always blaming something else, they're never going to move ahead in life. It's not attractive. And I don't mean physically attractive. I mean, it's not attractive. People that blame everyone else. Think about someone in your own life that you know that it's always someone else's fault. It's never their own fault. It's always someone else's fault. They blame everyone else, and they're just leeches. They suck the life out of you. What's attractive is people that take responsibility for their lives. What's attractive is people who are successful because they're on their own trajectory. They're overcoming obstacles. You know, it's a lot of people's fault that things happen, but they overcome them. And what happens is being attractive on the inside, not the outside, but being attractive on the inside, all of a sudden, what does it do? Attractive, it attracts others to you. And you get this snowball effect, and you start being able to accomplish smaller goals and bigger goals and bigger goals. So while one person's out there saying, it's the command's fault, the winner in this is the person that says, I don't care whose fault it was. I'm going to fix this problem and move on. No different than as the managing partner for my organization, if the floor isn't clean, that's my fault. It's mine, because the buck stops with me. And we have to take responsibility for what's within your own control in life. You have to do that.